Hi and welcome back to Normski TV, doing a player ratings and review for the game yesterday. Sheffield United 0, Arsenal 3. And what I would say is we got Lacazette to Frank and Martinelli. But to be honest, the whole team played really well yesterday. A professional game played out by the Arsenal. Nothing, should I say, spectacular. The first goal was spectacular, but in terms of the first maybe 20, 25 minutes, it was a little bit slow. We had most of the possession, but we wasn't really doing much with it. But obviously, when that goal came, beautiful. It's a nice little link-up play between Xhaka, Lacazette and Cevallos, if I can say his name. And he coolly slots it in the far corner. And I was really pleased also with the lineup in terms of Martinelli having his first start, playing 83 minutes. There was a little bit of a worry. He did get a knock on his ankle, but he managed to come back on and play up to the 83rd minutes. And even in his post-match, he said, look, I'm ready for Thursday. So I'm hoping that Arteta's heard that and, he picks him for Thursday, because I really do think that this guy brings a lot of energy to Arsenal. His second goal, he was in the right place at the right time. And this is the thing about Martinelli. When you need someone to be in the box, he was there. The goalkeeper parried it away. Ramsdale parried it away, and Martinelli was there to finish off the dinner, as they would say. And as I said, all-round good play by the whole team. We had Leno in goal. The back four was Chambers, who had a good game. Holding and Pablo Marie. Granit Xhaka playing at left back, so he played a 4-2-3-1. It looked like that. At first I was thinking it was going to be a 3-4-3, but it kind of sort of looked like it went into 4-2-3-1. So Arteta's normal setup. Then in the two holding, you had Thomas and Partey and Cevallos. When I did see his name in there, I thought he was going to start with El Nene, but to be honest, Cevallos had a really good game. I think it was one of his best games he's played in a very, very long time. Was very influential with the goal, and played a lot closer to the forwards, which I felt that suited his game really well. Thomas Partey was a little bit more deep, and what a pass for the third goal from Thomas Partey. We'll talk about that later, but what a pass. And then you had Pepe on the right, Xhaka playing in the number 10 role. As I said, I thought he was going to play at left back, but he's played in that number 10 role. And Martinelli out on the left with Lacazette up front, scoring a brace. An absolutely beautiful take of both goals. Just really pleased with the all-round performance of Arsenal. And it was important that we had a good performance, especially going into the game on Thursday, which is a massive, massive game. We're going to be away to Slavia Prague, where at the moment they're in terms of in the position, they're going to be the ones that are going to be in the best position, because they got the away goal, and Arsenal really need to go there and put that kind of performance in, if not better. Aubameyang, obviously has got flu. Don't know whether he's going to feature on Thursday. You've got Odegaard, who's out with an ankle problem. Smith Rowe as well. Obviously, Kieran Tierney and David Luiz won't be playing in that game. So we'll have to see come Wednesday to see who is likely to be travelling out there. I'm hoping that Odegaard will be fit. Saka, he had what looks like a dead leg. He clashed with one of the Sheffield United players, and he consequently had to come off. Had big ice pack around his thigh. I'm hoping it's not a thigh injury, because if that is the case, he could likely miss the game on Thursday. But I'm hoping it's just a dead leg, and if it is, then hopefully he should be able to get over that. The game, as we want to sort of talk about it. As I say, Arsenal, it was a very professional performance. To be honest, Sheffield United didn't really lay a glove on us, to be honest. The only big chance they had was Goldrich, who nearly scored and could have put Sheffield United 1-0 up. Other than that, there wasn't really no problems from there. We dealt with the game. We could have scored more goals, but the goals that were taken were very clinically taken, and that's what was pleasing. And that's what we need to do on Thursday. We didn't put away our chances last week Thursday against Slavia Prague at the Emirates, but Lacazette, for me, he was very clinical, and this is what I want to see. Now, as I say, Aubameyang, he may be fit for the game. Do you start him? You know what I mean? I would go with Lacazette starting this game. He's in form, he's confident, and hopefully, the rest of the team will go with this kind of performance away in the Czech Republic. Just talking about the game and the players, and obviously giving their ratings. Leno, to be honest, didn't have much to do. Made one deflected save, and that was it, really. Nothing else. Really didn't have nothing much to do. Kept a clean sheet, which was good, and that's his first clean sheet in 14 games. So that was really pleasing. I was really rooting for that, that they could get through that game with that clean sheet, and they have. And so I'm going to give Leno a 7. Chambers, who I thought had a really good game, both in defence and in attack. Winning the ball, was a very aggressive, and literally kept their left-sided quiet, to be honest. Putting in a couple of good crosses, linking up really nicely with Pepe, and just his all-round game on that right-hand side. I thought he had a very good game. Didn't look troubled whatsoever. And I thought he really played well. So I'm going to give Chambers also a 7 as well. Holding also had a good game as well. Again, nothing to do. Wasn't really that busy. One-headed clearance. Other than that, very comfortable. Also, I'm going to give him a 7. Alongside him, Pablo Mari, who got a yellow card. But other than that, again, didn't have much to do. Very calm and composed on the ball. Very good pass with the ball. And really kept, he was definitely that leader in that back four. Really kept things ticking over. And I'm also going to give him a 7. It looks like it's 7 all round at the moment. Granit Xhaka played at left back and also had a comfortable game. Didn't really get troubled by any of the attacking players or the right-sided players. None of them really troubled him. And he also had a good game. He was very calm and just did the basics, and that was good. Wasn't worried about, him making any mistakes or taking the chance with back passes and stuff like that. Done really well on that side. He's also going to get a 7. Now, in the front two, Thomas and Dani Cevallos. Let's start off with Thomas Partey. There was just one incident where he lost the ball. It was a little bit sloppy, but what I've got to give him credit for was that pass. It was a sublime pass for the third goal that Lacazette put away. And it's the way he picked up the ball and literally spun the player. And it was just a great take. First time pass, lovely weighted, pinged that pace as well. And Lacazette was on the edge, his touch, and he was didn't waste any time in the back of the net. Lovely jubbly. Thomas Partey, I'm going to give him I think I'm gonna score him down because he was a little bit sloppy with the ball. But I'm gonna score him down at a 6. He may have a go at me and say, "Boy, what's going on?" But I'm gonna give him a 6. Next to him, Dani Ceballos, which I thought was one of his best games that he's had in a very long time. And to be honest, he always seems to play well against Sheffield United. If you remember last season, he did score the extra time winner in the FA Cup. I think it was either the quarterfinals or the semi-finals. I can't remember. I think it might have been the quarterfinals. So Dani Ceballos, had a very good game. Was very influential in terms of the attacking play, linking up really well with Saka and Lacazette, and doing those little flick passes which came off for once. And it was a lovely combination between Saka, him, and Lacazette, and that nice little flick round the corner for Lacazette to put that first goal away. A lovely team goal, and Ceballos done well, worked really hard, closing down, winning the ball back. And yeah, all round a good game. We'll give Cevallos an 8. Pepe on the right hand side. He also had an okay game as well. And there was one where he won the ball back, and the thing is, his only thing was to turn and run, and that's what I like. His direct play. You know, the thing about with Pepe, he does need a run of games. I'm hoping that Arteta will give it to him. You know what I mean? He, trying to have a shot at goal. It looked like he was passing it in. Ramsdale parried it, and as I said, Martinelli was on the end of it. But he worked hard. He was working back, tracking back, winning tackles. Really pleased with his work rate. I'm going to give Pepe a 7. In the 10 row, Saka, who again had an okay game as well. It's hard because they all played well. Do you know what I mean? They're all definitely going to get above 5. There's no one going to get below 5. It's either a very good 7 or, a good 7. Do you know what I mean? And for me, Saka also had a good game there in that number 10 role. Obviously, he had to go off because he picked up an injury, hoping it's not too serious. And and he was just causing all sorts of problems. You know what I mean? Winning the ball and literally, getting it into the attacking positions, for the likes of Lacazette or Martinelli. So that was really great to see. And just controlling it, just basically controlling it. You know what I mean? I'm going to give Saka also a 7 as well. Martinelli, it's between Martinelli and Lacazette in terms of the man of the match. Martinelli just missed out. He would have probably got it, but he just missed out. But he took his goal really well. And for a player that hasn't played for a long time and obviously having that chance to start, you can see what he brings to the club. His directness, his enthusiasm, his energy, pressing, closing down, he doesn't give anybody time on the ball, and that's what I like. He's very direct, and it was good that Arteta set up the team to play more direct, and that was really great. No messing about, kicking the ball around the back, get the ball to the front line, then run at their back four. You know what I mean? And that's what happened. And a couple of times, there was one chance he had hit the side netting. But it was, you could see that the front three were linking up really well. And Martinelli, I'm going to give Martinelli an 8. And just doing really well. And hopefully he will be ready for Thursday. As I said, he had a little knock on the ankle, but he did play on. But he came off, I think around about the 83rd minute. So yes, I'm giving Martinelli an 8. For Lacazette, who got a brace, worked hard, tremendously hard. I mean, listen, the guy was coming deep, picking up the ball. But the good thing with this time, he was on the end of play. So what was happening is when our front three were running towards goal, you could see. I think there was one attack in the when we broke, and literally we had about 5 or 6 players in the box, which is what I want to see. The more players you're in the box, the better chance, the likelihood that you're going to score a goal. If you have no players in the box, then who are you going to be passing to? And on both those occasions, Lacazette was making those late runs into the box or playing off the shoulder of the defenders. And both goals he took really well. The first goal, as I said, nice link up between Saka, him and Cevallos. And then that lovely pass from Partey, which he again cushioned well. And then literally didn't waste any time, didn't have to think about it. Bang, in the far left-hand corner and gets his brace. So I'm going to give Lacazette a 9 and also man of the match. Willian came on for Saka, who obviously came off in the 69th minute. And Willian just came on and just kept things ticking over. Didn't really do much. Again, you know what I mean? Willian is Willian, you know what I mean? It says what is on the tin. Now, he seems to have fallen down that far that I'm saying it does what it says on the tin. But he didn't come on. He didn't slow the game down, which was good. And I'm going to give Willian a 5. Mohamed El Neni came on for Martinelli, and he just came in, just made sure that things were shored up. because obviously with Martinelli coming off, it looks like he may well play on Thursday. So maybe Arteta was just resting him and just protecting him to make sure, you don't have no added injury to him. So El Nene came on, as I said, 83rd minute. I'll give El Nene a 5 as well. Eddie Nketiah came on in the 89th minute, for Alexander Lacazette. Again, wasn't really enough time. I'm just going to give him a 3. The manager, I'm going to give Arteta 8. He picked a good side. He made the substitutions to a degree at the right time. You got to remember we're playing Sheffield United, who are the basement side, and you know what I mean. As I say, it was good to give Martinelli a run out, which was really pleasing. And set out the side right, and he got it right. So you've got to take it out to him. He's got it right. It's a massive game for him on Thursday. We have to win. He's got to get these players up for this game. What I don't want to see is we go into this game and then play the way we played against Slavia Prague on that Thursday of last week and against Liverpool a couple of, say, a week or so ago. We cannot go into that game. We have to be consistent. This is our big chance to get into the semi-finals of the Europa League. And sometimes with Arsenal is when your back's against the wall, or when their backs are against the wall, they seem to pull it out. And so I'm hoping that, they will go to Slavia Prague. Please play at pace. If you play at pace, you will beat Slavia Prague. Yes, they are a good side. They won another one of their domestic games. I think it was a derby against Sparta Prague, 2-0. So they're unbeaten in like 29 games or something. I don't even know the exact amount it is, but I know they're unbeaten. And so we can't go into there and take these guys for mugs. Yeah. They're going to want to win it as much as us. And at the moment, they have got the advantage of that away goal. But if we go there, score early, then they need to come out at us. We can beat this team. We have to be positive. And hopefully, I will be doing a watch along for that game. I'm going to see if I can get someone to come on along and watch it with me. And hopefully, we'll be laughing and cheering our heads off for the semi-finals. But if we don't make it, then, mate, it's just going to be, what a season. We're in 9th at the moment. 4 points behind Tottenham, who lost. Great. And, it's going to be difficult, us trying to get into the Europa League places. There's a few teams that we've got to overtake. And it's going to be difficult. We just have to hope that other teams drop points and we can try and peg them back. But because of our season, it's just been so bad. It is what it is. We are where we're meant to be. We can't blame anybody else but the club and the players. They didn't step up. And, I'm going to say, Arteta, you're still out your depth. Even if we do go on to the semi-finals, will we win it? I don't know. Because there's some good teams still left in there. You've got Man United, Roma. Do you know what I mean? If we meet either one of those two, it's going to be a difficult game. But we've got to get past Slavia Prague. And then if we get into the semi-finals, it's going to be likely that we're going to be playing Villarreal. And you know who that is. Unai Emery. But listen, guys, thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for supporting me. Listen, please like, subscribe and share. And hopefully I will see you on Thursday with a live stream and that we can come on and win that game and get through to the semi-finals. Take care.